The NFL Week 18 Sunday early games preview and picks edition of the NFL Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets, a sports betting research platform for parlays, props, and game lines. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit hofbets.com. Code SGPN to get 50% off your first month and start making smarter bets today. We're also brought to you by the Hockey Gambling Podcast brand new YouTube page. The Hockey Guys are giving away a hoodie to celebrate their new YouTube channel. Register today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/HGP.
I'm just about that action, boss.
You have to be kidding me. That is impossible.
I'm raising the ante. Anybody wants me to do it?
Jordan Davis, dog. Jalen Hurts, dog. AJ Brown, dog. How many people want to eat a W tonight?
And welcome, everybody, to the NFL Gambling Podcast, part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. Wednesday, January the 3rd, which means we're in the final week of the National Football League, Week 18. Playoff scenarios up in the air. Go check out our episode yesterday where we laid out all the scenarios and recapped all the action and kind of teased out what we think coming into this week. But we're here to pick the early games on Sunday. If you're wondering who you're listening to, I am Moneyline Mac. He is JMark Football, a.k.a. Old Fashioned Football. JMark, big night ahead for you and big final week, I guess.
Yes, sir. It's the second hardest week to handicap, in my opinion. Week 1 and week 18. Those are the hardest weeks. You never know what team is going to show up, which team's just going to cruise control. I mean, we're getting notifications left and right on players that won't be starting. 49ers are not in our slate, but I just got the notification. Sam Darnold is starting, which we kind of expected, right? Don't get Brock Purdy hurt. Your favorite former Washington Redskin is starting, Carson Wentz.
Wentz versus Darnold. Let's go.
Right?
Yeah,
what a time to be alive.
Yeah, no. So this is why it is hard to bet early in the week, because you really don't know how some of these coaches are going to treat. I mean, we talked about the Rams. They can still go down to the 7 seed. Obviously, they don't care who they play. They don't mind going to Dallas. They don't mind going to Detroit. They just want Matt Stafford healthy, and I think that's the reason. But we don't have that game. Unfortunately, we don't have the Bears. We don't have the Skins either, who play the Cowgirls in the final week. And Dallas, obviously, a win and you're in. Ron Rivera asked at the podium today, do you see yourself coaching? And he goes, we'll cross that bridge on Sunday. Talk about a guy that just does not give a fuck anymore. He is so checked out. We'll pick the Bears game in honor of your fanhood at the end of the slate. But we do have 6 games in the early window. There's going to be a Saturday episode as well for those 2 games. So go make sure you got your notifications turned on the NFL Gambling Podcast, but also the late games too. So, JMark, with our 6 games, anything stand out in this early window?
I mean, we got the worst slate here, really.
Yeah, we did. Well, we had like fucking 15 games last week because they cleared out the schedule because of New Year's Eve. They had the one Saturday game, the one Thursday, and I think they had 2 4 o'clocks and a Sunday. The rest were 1 o'clock, so they jam-packed us last week. But, yeah, we got the short end of the stick here. We're going to have to talk to management because, I mean, you guys can look at our picks record. I think we're having a pretty damn good year, especially last week.
For sure. Yeah, you went 8-3 last week. I went 7-4 on fire. I mean, the biggest thing in this early window slate here is who comes out ahead at the NFC South. Likely going to be the Bucs, but maybe the Panthers feel like they have something to prove after their owner is throwing drinks on the Jaguar fans. He took a fine for that. And if the Panthers win, then it leaves kind of up to what happens with the Saints and Falcons. I mean, this could get crazy quickly.
Very, very quickly. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. More of the scenarios, the crazy ones are going to be in that later window. Obviously, the game that everybody wants to see with the potential crazy scenario is the team that's been crazy all year, Buffalo. They could potentially have a scenario where they're the 2 seed or they're eliminated from the playoffs. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. So, all right, man. Yeah, and by the way, all of a sudden the Patriots start covering, those records get even better. I mean, it's been a good year, but now all of a sudden the Patriots are covering left and right. So, told you everybody they're going to start covering here down the stretch.
If you keep betting them, you're bound to be right eventually, right?
Exactly. They still owe me a couple bucks. They fucked me on that fucking Germany game. But anyway, let's kick it off. We'll start with the bang here. Cleveland is going to Cincinnati. Cincinnati laying 7. And you're probably wondering, so Cincinnati is eliminated. Cincinnati, obviously, we know the situation. Burrow's out from earlier in the year. So this has kind of been a disappointing year. But, I mean, as soon as Burrow went out, that was kind of the fine line of why their season has spiraled the way it has a little bit down the stretch. They have fought. They are 8-8 coming into this game. They're playing for a winning season. Browns are going to start Jeff Driscoll, talking about fucking big names. So we got Driscoll versus Browning.
Yep.
7 is a lot to lay, though. With this,
it is.
Have we got any news on? I'm trying to look. Have we got any news on the Browns' defense? Are they gonna play a majority of their starters? I would imagine Myles Garrett is not going to play the key guys because they're locked into the 5 seed. Treat this as a bye week. And JMark, this game happened a couple years ago. Roles were reversed where the Bengals got into the playoffs. They rested their starters versus the Browns, and the line was like 6 or 7, I want to believe. And it came down to the wire. So with that logic, I'm going to take the Browns. I think we've overreacted a little bit on how much Flacco's worth. I don't think they should be a 7-point dog. I think that they'll probably lose by like a field goal. I think the Bengals will win because, like I said, they want that winning season. This still is a franchise, even though with Burrow, like it's been a lot of losing in the past. I think another winning season means something to Zach Taylor and that group. I'll take the Browns with the points, Bengals to win. How about what's your handicap here?
Nikki G pointing out Jeff Driscoll revenge game, the former Bengal. This looks like it was 3 points, and then the Browns said they're going to rest most of their starters, and it went to the Bengals being favored 7. That's a 10-point swing, and I don't get that at all. This Bengals team has been feisty here and there, but they haven't been that good. And the Browns, I think just their scheme. I mean, we've seen their backup running backs do well. We've seen as they, starters come out as they're winning big and those backup guys going on defense, the defense still plays strong. This Browns team is hyped. They're a proud organization that they're finally kind of looking like they're turning things around. They're going into the playoffs with a head of steam. I don't see the backups just laying over and letting the Bengals run over them. So I'm right there with you. I think the Browns cover this. Do the Bengals win? Yeah, that's likely. But if they win, it's 3-4 point game at most.
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I can't get behind laying 7 with Browning. And I think you make a good point, and I think we both agree. The Browns are kind of system proof. Like, yeah, they're going to do what they do. They're going to play physical. They're going to open it up by establishing the run, and then Driscoll can make some easy throws, just like Flacco has turned into an MVP candidate all of a sudden. They won games with P.J. Walker, who's going to be the backup. Yep. I kind of was surprised he wasn't starting, but do you like the under here? Low scoring?
Yeah, I think so. I think the Browns focus on the run. I was trying to pull up last week's stats. Don't know why I can't find it. Here it is. So your starting running back is probably going to be Pierre Strong, right? Yes. I would assume. He ran 4 times for 29 yards against a pretty good Jets defense last week. That guy runs hard. So to me, their run game doesn't necessarily take that much of a step back. And that's what they're going to lean on. It's going to be a slow, low-scoring game. Nikki G, the Pierre Strong game. And I think Strong has got a lot to prove, too. So, yeah, this is a low-scoring game, and this is Browns could even win this. I would sprinkle some on the money line.
Yeah, I especially these divisional dogs. I think these games are all going to be close. I don't see a lot of blowouts except for maybe Dallas. They might be the only blowout in Week 18. But
You
yeah, I
think
think
Dallas is getting blown out that bad?
no. Ron Rivera is not in the playoff hunt. But yeah. All right, so we're both on the Browns. Let's hit an ad break real quick before we dive into game number 2 because we're brought to you by Prize Picks. JMark Saturday got some action. Ravens, Steelers. In the first game, we got Texans, Colts for a playoff berth. You got any action over via the Prize Picks that you're looking to get down on come Saturday afternoon and evening?
Pulling it up right now. It's so limited because we don't know for sure who all is starting and who is not starting.
Yeah.
One got to look at Odell Beckham. I know old man Beckham, but he needs some yards to and catches to get a bonus. He's going to be fighting for that. I also like George Pickens more than 56.5 receiving yards. He and Rudolph have looked good together. So I think he gets that against the Baltimore defense. It probably rests their starters. And then I think you really got to focus on that Texans-Colts game because both those teams, it's a win and you're in, I believe. So
yes.
I like going Nico Collins more than 72.5 yards and Michael Pittman more than 79.5 yards. I think both receivers have a good day.
I like it. Get over there to Prize Picks. Get down on that action. And make a little bit of cash, man. Prize Picks is great. You can stack winners on top of winners to create a bigger, juicy payout. And they even got that reboot policy that we've talked about. Somebody gets injured, load management, whatever the hell it is. Boom, reboot policy. Prize Picks only daily sports platform with an injury insurance policy. That's over at prizepicks.com/SGPN. Code SGPN for a first deposit match up to $100. That's prizepicks.com/SGPN. Prize Picks daily sports made easy. We are also brought to you by the Hockey Gambling Podcast, and they're giving away a hoodie because they just launched their new YouTube channel. And get over there, subscribe, sportsgamblingpodcast.com/HGP. Enter over at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/HGP. All right, JMark, let's get along in this slate. Next up on the slate, we got Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings are going to Detroit Lions. Lions are laying 3. What's the stat? Are they playing all their starters? The Lions.
I think so.
Yeah. Does this line seem very short?
It does to me. Maybe they think maybe they get ahead and then they rest their starters, but
Yeah.
I mean they're still playing for seeding. Their seeding matters in this game because they won't know the outcome of the Dallas game. I don't believe
Not till 4 o'clock.
Yeah, so that's later. So I think they got to play. My question is, the Vikings announced they're going with Nick Mullins as their starter. They still have a really small chance where they could make the playoffs. The Vikings do.
Yeah.
It's really, really small, but it could happen. Why not go with the guy that has looked best with the offense and the healthy one anyways, in Josh Dobbs? I don't understand this at all. Why all of a sudden do they not like Josh Dobbs? He came in and was like this savior because he was winning games for him. And now it seems like they don't care about him.
Yeah, I'm puzzled too. So I got the report right here. Campbell is going to play all his starters. They just played 2 weeks ago. They played on what? Christmas Eve. That game came right down to the wire. I usually like to take the dog here. They're going to be more desperate than the Lions, although the Lions will play. I think this game will come down the wire. I feel like everybody's going to be on the Lions because they know the Lions have to win. This number's screaming to take the Lions, which means I'll take the Vikings here with that defense. And maybe Mullins plays a little bit better than he did last time. They should have started him against fucking Packers or Dobbs. I mean, they really botched that whole scenario.
Yeah, 100% agree. I mean, I sort of get they need to see what they have in Jaron Hall. They need to see if he can win a game so they know what to do with Kirk Cousins next year. But that was not the time to do it.
No.
You know, not the time at all to do it. You can't afford to just throw that game away like they did. Last week, I said a line was screaming to take the Raiders over the Colts, so I took the Colts, and it bit me in the ass at the end of the game. I'm not falling for it this time. I'm going with the Lions, with Dan Campbell having this team believe in. I think they go with a big win into the playoffs here, so that they can lose in round one. But I'm going to take the Lions.
All right, a little opposite side there. Both teams will play their starters, like you said. Just played 2 weeks ago. That was a hell of a game, too. Lions were able to grind that out in Minnesota. So, yeah, opposite sides here. Next up on the slate, see, this is where it starts getting juicy. And we'll talk about Tampa Bay here in a minute. Jacksonville going to Tennessee. All they have to do is win the game. Win the game. This is going to likely be Mike Vrabel's final game as that Titans head coach. Maybe the end of the Derrick Henry era. Maybe the end of everything in Tennessee. It's going to be a new era here. Vrabel has killed me, though. I mean, he has really bit me in the ass. It sounds like Trevor Lawrence will be back for the do or die game, but I question how healthy he is. I've seen this play out. All the pressure on Jacksonville. Remember when Jacksonville did this to Indy 2 years ago?
Yeah.
All they had to do was win at the last place team. Give me the Titans to win the game outright and spoil the party. Vrabel, one last time.
Yep, and I'm right there with you. I mean, this Titans team has not been very good, but they've been a lot better at home than on the road. And I do think this is a last shot, like last thing for Vrabel, last thing for Derrick Henry. I think he's gone after this year. Hopkins, he's playing for a bonus. Hopkins needs, I think, 50 yards to hit a bonus. These guys are going to be playing their asses off. A lot of pressure on Jacksonville to travel to Tennessee and get it done. And I agree. I don't think Lawrence is healthy enough. If they were starting Beathard for sure, I would double look at this, just like last week, take another look and think about it. But I do think they're going to roll with Trevor, and I don't know if he's healthy enough. And this is a different team at home. So I'm going to take the Titans as well. I'm right there with you. I don't know if I like them to win outright, but I do like them to cover for sure.
Yeah, you're probably right. Safe to just take the points. Also looking at it, Jacksonville, very, very public. I like this. We've seen this shit before where they just all the pressure, man. The pressure it mounts up in week 18. So yeah, I love it. Yeah. I love the Titans here. One last stand. And remember last year, JMark, they played for the division title in week 18, and it was with Dobbs, I believe. Dobbs, they almost beat Jacksonville in Jacksonville to win the division. Yeah, let's go. All over the Titans here, baby. There's JMark. He's back. Are you muted? Is it me or is it JMark? I can't hear you. Can you guys not hear me, or can you not hear JMark? Oh, what's going on? Technical difficulties. Let's see. Test 1, 2. They can't hear you, JMark. All right, making adjustments here. He'll be right back. I'll hit an ad real quick while JMark goes over there and reboots the microphone, because over at the NFL Gambling Podcast, we're brought to you by Game Time. You can buy tickets to your favorite events, and they shouldn't be stressful. Game Time is the fastest, easiest way to buy tickets to all sports, comedy, music, and a theater near you with killer last-minute deals. Lowest price guaranteed, so you can stop stressing over last-minute tickets, start getting hyped for the fun you'll have. Flash deals, last-minute tickets. I mean, I love it, man. Game Time is absolute fucking best. You can get down on some nice tickets last minute, and it's great. Like, you want to go over to Lambeau to watch Packers, Bears, get over there on Game Time. You'll find the best possible deal. Forget planning months in advance. Game Time has the last-minute tickets, exclusive deals. And like I said, snag those tickets without stress. Download the Game Time app, create an account, code CFBX, $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Create an account, redeem code CFBX for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We're also brought to you by Hall of Fame Bets. Win bigger by betting smarter this NFL season with Hall of Fame Bets, the sports betting research platform for parlays, props, and game lines. Research all NFL, NBA, and soccer with historical data. Enter into that nice Hall of Fame Bets revolutionary parlay optimizer tool to get each and every leg broken down to see which ones have best value. Stop betting in the dark and join over 30,000 users researching with Hall of Fame Bets. You craft a more intelligent, data-driven parlay. Download the Hall of Fame Bets app or visit HOFBets.com. Code SGPN to get 50% off your first month today. Start researching, start winning with Hall of Fame Bets. All righty, we're back. Is JMark back?
Can you hear me?
Hey, we can hear you. You're
There
back.
we go. Perfect.
You timed it up nicely because it was right at the ad marker. So, boom.
Well, that was my plan. I just need
there
to
you
refill some whiskey.
Oh, yeah. You refill the cup. So we're both on the Titans. We're opposite sides in Minnesota, Detroit. We're both on the Browns. Next up, oh, God damn, this fucking game. Atlanta going to New Orleans. This is a win-in-your-in game if Carolina beats Tampa Bay. There's both still scenarios for the Saints, at least, to get the 7 seed. They need a lot of help. How can you lay 3 with the New Orleans? They're just coming off the game of the year. Like, this is when you zigzag and take the Falcons, because what doesn't make sense in this division will happen. I'm on the Falcons. Give me the Dirty Birds here. Do I feel great about it? No, because these two teams are carbon copies of one another. They both are frauds. They both have completely pissed away great opportunities to win the division. They both had the 2 easiest schedules in the NFL compared to the Bucs, who had to play the first place schedule from last year after winning it. These two teams don't deserve to go to the playoffs, but they may end up in there. Give me the Falcons.
I'm going to go against you again here. I'm going to take what does make sense. The Bears just showed the Saints how to win this game handedly, right? I mean, they showed them the defensive schemes with the 4 turnovers. The Saints have a good enough defense that they should be able to do the same thing to the Falcons. So, yeah, I think Chris Olave has a day like DJ Moore had, where he's able to catch and move the ball on them. And I think the Saints are just a better team. I don't trust Arthur Smith. He's a terrible coach. Granted, neither of these coaches are good, but I'm still riding with the Saints. I'll do it one more time in this division. It'll probably be wrong, just like last week, but we're doing it anyways. Let's go.
This will not be a lock for either of us. I think
No.
I can guarantee that. Like, it's with these two teams, man, the Saints, now all of a sudden they're somewhat almost in the driver's seat. It feels like a perfect spot for them to just shit the bed one last time. Falcons, just this whole division's been disgusting this whole year. All right, opposite sides here. Let's go over to the game. This game only matters if the result here happens the way it could. Tampa Bay going to Carolina. Fucking Carolina's owners throwing drinks on everybody. Tampa Bay just got embarrassed. This is the Jacksonville scenario. Winning, you're in. That's all you got to do. You just got to beat the worst team in the NFL in Carolina. Bryce Young, they did just play a couple weeks ago, 3-point game. Baker's going to fall short. Carolina's going to win. All the pressure's on Todd Bowles and Baker as favorites on the road. Most public side this week, too. Oh, God. What could go wrong? Give me Carolina outright. Let's go.
I flipped and flopped on this game back and forth. My angle was that Bucs win by 3 either way. So then I would take the Panthers. But then I do not like Bryce Young. I do not like this organization right now. Maybe they come out and play with pride. Maybe. But they've sucked all year when they've had opportunities to be good. This is a disgusting game. Another game that I would not lock this up if it was me. But I think you're right, because I keep going back to this is going to be a 3-point game. It's going to be a 3-point game no matter what. So I think the Bucs, they probably win by 3. I know you said you like the Panthers to win. I got the Bucs to win, but only by 3, not covering that 4.5. And when you said that this was the most public game, that I can't ride the Bucs. I wanted to, but I can't do it. I've been on them all year. That stops now. I guess let's go Panthers. More like let's go Bucs, but let's squeak out a win.
So what if I told you Jacksonville and Tampa Bay are both the two most public sides, and the Titans and Panthers are both close your eyes specials at home with nothing to fucking lose? Oh, this is week 18 in a nutshell, baby. Oh, this is so gross, but it's so beautiful.
Nikki G pointing out Baker's job is on the line, which is true. I mean, they've talked about they want him back, but that's not a set in stone thing. So maybe he shows up for that.
Does that make you like Carolina more?
Almost. I don't know. I love how feisty Baker has been, though. I mean, he's been much better than I expected.
Yeah, it's the Bucs are going to lose this game. I'm telling you, the Bucs and Jags are both shitting the bed. Oh God, it's going to be great. I'm definitely going to put those in a parlay together. Panthers and Titans at home dogs. All right. Final game, and we save the best for the fucking last, baby. The New York Jets have got they think they can just walk into New England and take on Bill Belichick. Belichick's beat him. Is it 16 or 17 in a row now?
Something like that. I'll look it up real quick.
Yeah. Patriots all of a sudden covering machine. Recently they've covered 4 out of 5. The one that they didn't cover was actually the Chiefs, and they almost covered that too. The last time the Jets beat the New England Patriots was 2015. It's 15 in a row.
15. Yep.
Like Vrabel, this could potentially be the final Bill Belichick game in New England, the 20-plus year dynasty run. It's honestly kind of sad just to see it like spiral the way it has at the end. Old man Belichick, he's probably ready to get out of there, go to a different place and win and prove everybody that it wasn't just Brady. This is probably the easiest pick of the year. The Jets aren't going to score a point. I think New England shuts them out. It's going to be Simeon again. That offense is abysmal. Now they're going against Belichick. Every time they've played Belichick, they can't score. Now they got a third-string quarterback. Give me the Patriots all fucking day here. Belichick wins 16 in a row, rides off into the sunset one last time over the fucking Jets. He's their daddy. Patriots win 20-0. Over-under set at 30.
I'm going to say 13-6 because the Breece Hall scores a touchdown and then they miss the extra point in typical Jets fashion, but Patriots still cover. Yeah, I mean, you laid it out perfectly. Belichick's not losing this game, especially because he probably knows. He knows if he's going to be back next year or not already, I think. We may not know. We can speculate, but I have a feeling he knows. I mean, he's been in that organization long enough that I think he and Robert Kraft have already had discussions. He probably knows what is happening. And there's no way they lose this game. Lane Elliott checking in as a Jets fan, already took New England money line. They're going to beat us. Patriots own the Jets. This is the easiest one. I'm right there with you. I think this is probably going to be a double lock. I hate to copy your lock.
I've only been talking about this game for 3 weeks. I'm like, I'm locking New England. You're like, what are you talking about? Against the Jets. Well, we got 4 games between now and then. I don't care. I'm locking them week 18.
Locking them.
In a year where Belichick's having his worst year ever, he's still going to find a way to sweep the fucking Jets somehow, some way. This probably be the biggest bet of the year for me. I mean, I do like Lane's angle. Just take the money line too, just in case of some shenanigans where the Patriots only score 6 points or 7 points and they win 7-6. But he will not lose this game.
I also want to point out 2 weeks ago, we always do the look ahead show. The Patriots were 1.5 point dogs, and we said grab them because they're going to close as favorites. And here they are as 1.5 point favorites. So hopefully you got in on it then. I know those lines, the ability to jump on them is like a very narrow window on the books. But anytime you can get value like that, you got to jump on it.
Absolutely. That's why we do the show. We don't just do it so JMark and I can drink and yell at each other how good the Bears are and and how bad I hate Ron Rivera. But yeah. All right, lock. I'll lead it right off. It's already on the screen. Bill Belichick, the finale. Fuck it, they're gonna fuck the Jets up. 20-0 is my prediction.
Yeah, I'm double lock with you. We need Colby's music for the double lock here. Yeah, 100% agree. It's the easiest game to call on this slate, in my opinion. Hopefully that doesn't mean that we're way wrong, but I'm going to go 13-6 for my score. We'll see who's closest in score.
Lane in the chat, he's a Jets fan, like you just said. He's taking the Jets not to score a touchdown. I like that. Look at whatever that prop is. Look for a shutout. Let's see what a shutout is too. So, yeah, the Jets are fucked. All right, dog. I teased the two dogs I liked. Which one do I like better? Give me Bryce Young in Carolina. They're gonna spoil this fucking party. This is gonna be an NFL rig job so that Saints and Falcons game has some drama to it. They don't want the Bucs in the playoffs. The Bucs are terrible, but so are the Saints and Falcons. Close your eyes special. Panthers win it outright. Spoil the party. Bucs, you should have beat the Saints when you had a chance to win the division. Now you're playing with fire. Carolina upsets Tampa Bay to avoid them winning the South.
I like it. I think, like I said, I think the Panthers or the Bucs win by 3 there. The other one we talked about, the Titans, I still think, I don't know if I trust that enough. So that was going to be my pick, but I thought let's make it a little juicier. Give me the Browns.
Ooh, yeah.
Their system is too good. The Bengals are not good. So yeah, Browns plus 250. I still think that they run the ball very well. I still think the defense can limit the Bengals offense. So yeah, give me the Browns.
I like that one. Tease. It's gonna be tough. The first one, easy. Falcons to 9. No, those teams never blow each other out. They fucking hate each other. Titans up to 11.5, and I'll do my dog too. I usually don't do that, but go Panthers up to 10.5.
Yeah, we got to get creative with this limited slate here.
Yeah.
I'm going to take, I'll take my dog as well. Give me the Browns up to 13, Titans to 11.5. I like that one. Let me see if I can find a different one here.
You could go Belichick, but if you want to stay away from your lock.
Yeah, I'm gonna tease the Lions across 0 and plus 3. I think no matter who wins that game, it's a 3-point game.
Fair enough. All right, money line around Robin. I think this one's actually going to be pretty easy. I think do you want to go Panthers, Titans, and Browns?
I hate the Panthers, but I'll do it.
you know it's going to happen. That's why.
Yeah.
All right, so let's throw the Browns in there.
And if anybody doesn't like those teams, some other ones, I don't know, Giants to beat the Eagles. The Eagles suck. The Giants are playing feisty, and what better way to end their season in beating them?
They did just play too.
Yeah. That's the one that I like. If you think Cardinals are going to show up like they did against the Eagles, they're underdogs to Seattle. There's a lot of nice games here to think about and throwing in a parlay. Just throw them all in. Throw all the dogs in and around Robin.
you could throw Denver in there against Vegas. I don't think Vegas should be laying points.
No. Oh, and of course, we almost missed the easiest dog to call.
Oh,
the
shit.
Bears.
Yeah. Time out. Yeah. All right, so let's do an early window and a late window. Let's give the people what they want.
All right. Sounds good.
The first one's 31-1. That's Browns, Titans,
and Panthers.
So that's that
Juicy.
one. So we're giving out 2. Let's go to the late window. I like this. Giants, I'm all over that with you. The Eagles are limping. They're fucking. I don't think they're gonna win. And here's the other thing. Last year, when the Skins blew out the fucking Cowboys in Week 18, it was because all Philly had to do was beat New York, and kind of Dallas knew that they were gonna they were going to not have it wasn't going to matter. I think it's the exact same scenario. I could see them pulling Jalen Hurts and those guys in the second half when Dallas comes out and smacks them and they're up 3 touchdowns. So that's another angle of why you may want to ride with the Giants here. Bears,
sure.
that's a fucking easy one. I'm with you.
Yep.
All the pressure in the world on Green Bay. Chicago's winning that game outright. Moment's too big for Jordan Love. Let's go. Last dog. You want to go Rams with Wentz?
I was thinking about that. Yeah.
Or
do we trust Rams more than Darnold?
The only thing is that fucking McVay or Shanahan owns McVay.
True.
But they are resting their guys. Definitely not taking what's their name? Miami in the late window. They're gonna get fucking drilled.
So our options are Cardinals, Broncos, Chiefs, Commanders, and
throw them out. throw Ron out. He ain't winning that game. They pulled that shenanigans last year. Dallas remembers that. They're gonna fucking whack their ass on Sunday.
That's probably true. If we don't like Rams, I don't hate the Denver play. I think Stidham looked all right.
I kind of like Denver. They're playing for a winning season too.
Right. Yeah.
And they want to stick it up Russ's ass. Like they
for sure.
They want to prove that they're better without his freaking corny ass.
I like that.
That's 15-1. I like that. So we got the Chicago Bears going to Lambeau. That's it. Let's go all day.
Spoiler time.
Ooh, I'm starting to like this juicy slate that we got going.
For sure.
I'm gonna just round robin every single dog other than Ron on this slate. I'm gonna hit all these games.
There you go.
To be honest, other than Buffalo and Dallas, I don't think I like a single favorite. I mean, that's usually how it goes too. But New England. New England's my other favorite.
It's unusual to see them as a favorite this year.
I know. What's going on? They're back to the Brady days. So that's 15-1, this other one. And that was Denver at Vegas, Chicago at Green Bay, and what was the
Philly
other one?
At Giants. We took
we took the G-men at home. Philly rests their starters in the second half when Dallas is already up.
Yeah. Lane Elliott saying James Conner anytime touchdown. Love that bet this week. I agree with that. And the Dortch overs. And then Nick has taken a 7-point tease of Commanders, Bears, Giants, Rams. Look at that. He's giving you guys 7 more points.
Don't throw that first team in there.
Oh man.
They kill us every time we play them.
What's this? Oh, it's 13.
Who do you like in the Saturday game?
Spread. Saturday. Let's see.
Are the Ravens, since Tomlin already got his winning, are the Ravens about to knock off the Steelers and knock them out with Huntley?
I could see that happening for sure. I like the Texans. I said, what was it, 2 weeks ago, that they're going to win out and make the playoffs. They got it done last week. I think they get it done this week against the Colts. And man, that other one. You can't take Steelers as 4-point favorites. That's flipped to a 4-point favorite. You can't. Right?
Mason Rudolph. What the fuck are we talking about? I know that they've had their number. I think the Ravens are going to win. Yeah. Even with their back, I think they're going to spoil the fucking party.
There was a game 2 years ago, I think it was, when Lamar got hurt. Huntley came in against the Packers and had a hell of a game and beat them. And I could see him coming in and having a hell of a game. I mean, that's a guy that he's continuing to play for either opportunities or to stay as a second string quarterback that people pay. So, he has no reason to just slough off in that game.
And I'm with you. Huntley's been good in these situational spots. I think it was 2 years ago. It was Roethlisberger's last year as quarterback. The Ravens didn't have anything to play for. It was Huntley, and Tomlin pulled the voodoo magic out of his ass. I don't know how the Steelers won the game. It was so fucking lucky. I think they already got their winning season. I like them. Yep. Throw the Ravens in one of those round robins.
Yeah,
they still got good. Their backups are better than the Steelers starters, to be honest. Just somehow Tomlin fucking pulls shit out of his ass.
I'm for sure throwing a lot of these in the same parlay, so I'm looking to Hopefully we're right, or I'm going to be losing some money. But it is what it is. It's the end of the season. You got to lose it now.
Go big or go home. Quit
That's
being
right.
a pussy out there, everybody. All right. I am Moneyline Mac. He is JMark Football. JMark, we got a big evening. I got my day trade this time, buddy. Tell us what we got in store here this evening over at the Old Fashioned Football.
Yeah, it's our 100th episode, so we're just throwing a little party, 7 p.m. Central on our YouTube. Check it out at Old Fashioned Football. And, I mean, you're going to be there. Cody and Rod from the NASCAR Gambling Podcast will be there. Sean will be there. Colby will be there. Adam Pelletier stopping by. All sorts of good guests. So stop by. We're going to be talking best and worst fantasy football calls. We're going to be talking favorite whiskeys. And then my co-host, if you've not tuned in, is my wife. We're going to be drinking our 100 proof whiskeys, but we got them blindly in cups, so we don't know what's what, and we're going to be ranking those. So by the end of the show, it might be a little wild, but it's going to be a good time. Stop by, grab a drink if you partake, and have a drink with us.
Yeah, get over there. And yeah, there might be some F-bombs slurred up at the end of the show. It's not personal. Get over yourself. Quit acting like Jimmy Kimmel out there, everybody. Get out of your feelings. Sneak peek for my worst fantasy call of the year. It may involve Jimmy Kimmel or the guy that called Jimmy Kimmel out. So, like I said, I'm at Moneyline Mac. Go check out the college experience. We'll be there here and later this evening. I don't know what time. Get over there. It's a riot. College Hoops is here. That's all I got, man. We will be back Monday to recap the final week, and we'll look ahead to the playoffs, and maybe we'll give out our brackets. We'll give out some brackets on Monday. So, all right, everybody. Final week of the NFL Gambling Podcast regular season, and we'll see you guys later. And we are out of here. Let it ride.